Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I make a pork pozole, un pozole rojo de puerco. So if you guys want to see how I make this delicious dinner, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so starting off with the ingredients, I'm going to show you what you need to make the pozole itself. For like all the toppings that you add onto it after it's done, I'll show you that afterwards, but just for the pozole itself, this is what you're going to need. So you're going to need some salt, you're going to need an onion, a few garlic cloves, so just have a few handy. Your hominy, this is the brand that I like to buy the maize. There's other brands, but this is the one that I like to get. And then for your meat, I'm using two kinds of meat. I'm using the mixto para pozole here, which is just a mixture of different meats for your pozole. And then I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see. This is trozo de puerco. So your pozole is gonna be all puerco. So this is it, your pork meat. And then you again, as for the garlic cloves, you are gonna need a few chile guajillos, so just have a few in hand. So for the pozole itself, again, this is all you're going to. Okay guys, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I have my strainer ready here in the sink, and I have my meat, because before we put our meat to cook, we do have to wash it really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But as you guys can see, these chunks of meat do come pretty big and chunky. I will throw some of these just as they are, but for most of them I'll go back and or I'll go in and cut them into smaller pieces first, because it's too big for the girls. So that's oh my
Hey, this is my mom.
You're supposed to be showing what I'm doing.
This is pozole. And maybe something interesting.
Your mom.
So, in 40 more minutes.
Okay, I'm leaving this one like that. You're gonna eat it like that. Okay, so now that I have my meat cut into my desired sizes, we are going to wash our meat thoroughly and make sure it is completely washed throughout. So now that we have added our meat and we are gonna start cooking it, we are going to add in 2 garlic cloves, so 1 and 2. You're gonna add in half of an onion, and you're gonna add in some salt. This doesn't have to be perfect right now. You can add more or less later. Just add some salt for the meat to cook in, and we're just gonna let that cook for about hour and a half, and we'll check it to see if it's already tender enough to add in the rest of the stuff. Alright guys, so mientras nuestra carne se está cociendo, I am gonna go ahead and start cooking up the chile guajillos as well. I usually use about maybe 4 to 5 of them, but these are kind of smaller than the usual ones that I get. They came out kind of small, so I am gonna use 8 today. So what you're gonna do with these is rip out the stem just like I did here. So you just pinch that and rip it right off. You can go ahead and like tear open just a little bit so you can take out the seeds from the inside. That's up to you, that's optional. I honestly don't, just because I don't care. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that to all of our chiles. Rip off the stem, throw them into a little pot, and cook them up. Okay, so our meat is actually ready for us to throw in our hominy. But before we do that, I like to take out all this extra stuff that comes up to the surface of the water. So just remove as much of this as you can. And then once we're done with that, we're gonna add in our hominy, and we are almost done, guys. Okay, so now that I've opened up my can of hominy, we are gonna drain all of this out and wash it, and then we can pour it into our meat. Let me see if I love that can opener because it doesn't leave the edges too sharp. So I think I can go ahead and grab it with one hand. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. So I'm just gonna pour that into my strainer. Give it a good wash. And we should be good to pour that in. Alright, so meanwhile our hominy and our meat is cooking together, we can go ahead and start making our chile. So for that, we are just going to add in all of our chiles guajillos that we boiled into our blender. Add in 3 garlic cloves to that. Some salt. And some of that same water that we boiled our chiles in. Not too much. You don't want it to be too liquidy and not too thick either. So just about a cup of that water. Okay guys, so for this part, I know people who also strain out their chile to get out like all the little chunks of it. But I honestly like the texture and the feel of the little, not chunks because it's not chunky, but the feel of the chile flakes on there. So I just go ahead and throw it in there like that, but that is to your preference. And now all you do is just go ahead and let everything simmer and cook together for about another 20 to 25 minutes, and your pozole should be ready. So once your pozole is ready, you're gonna top it with some salsa de aceite, some lemon, some radishes, onion, and cabbage. So I just go ahead and add all of that into our bowl of pozole, and that's pretty much it, guys. This is how you make your pozole. Just enjoy it with tostadas. As you guys saw, I didn't really add any more salt into my pozole. You can go ahead and just be tasting it as you go along. If you feel like you need more, then go ahead and add more. I don't like to add too much because my husband does have the habit of adding like salt into his food as he's eating anyway. So I just like to not make it too salty. But that is it, you guys. If you guys want to know how I make this salsa de aceite here, I am going to have that recipe up for you guys soon as well. So stay tuned for that. So thank you guys so much for watching. And I hope you guys give this recipe a try. And I hope you guys love it because it is delicious. So thank you guys so much for watching again. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Bye.